Hello and welcome to Tash Talks episode 36. Yes, we are live and we are ready to freaking go. I am so pumped as always. I just freaking love bringing the energy to you here live from the office of NCC into your hearts, your souls, your TV screens, your laptops, your phones, wherever you are watching or listening to me. Let's freaking go. So much to talk about. First and foremost, happy freaking Black Friday. May many sales come to you. May you serve so many clients with the most incredible, epic, jaw-dropping deals in your world right now. Now, if you're not doing Black Friday and you're not doing it because you weren't organized enough, is there something that you can offer today that excites you, that feels good? Like, why would you not want to bring more sales into your business? That's the first thing. Second, if you're making a conscious decision that you don't want to do Black Friday, then own that and be like, I don't want to do Black Friday, then don't. And thirdly, if you've been planned, you've been organized, especially if you're one of my clients, may you get many of Black Friday deals coming to your world freaking today. So that's the first thing. On the Black Friday deals, I have two that I have released out. The first one is my CEO content. Now, this is a 4-week live program. It's an absolute no-brainer of a price point. This is for you if you really want to dial in your messaging, and it's something we're going to be talking about in today's session, is how to create more engaging content. Because the way you used to do Instagram and TikTok before used to work. That's not going to flow now. Okay, that's not good enough. Pretty aesthetic pictures, 5 top tips to do this. Like, no, it's just not a vibe anymore. You need to be able to be creating epic content that makes your audience like stop the scroll, want to engage, and want to take those next steps with you. Okay, that's first and foremost. So how that comes about is knowing who your ideal client is. And I don't mean like the surface level. I mean like actually knowing your ideal client. Like, what actually is she struggling with right now? What's her pleasure points? What's her pain points? What if you're in her actual office right now? Like, getting to my mind, what am I struggling with? Where do I want to go with a business? Where do I want to go with my life, my soul, whatever it is that you serve, my health? Maybe you're a sleep coach. Where do I want to go with my sleep? Like, stop getting so focused on thinking that 3 top tips and a cup of coffee is what's going to actually serve your clients and actually going to make them go, oh my goodness. And I know so many of you are going to be watching other people on TikTok and Instagram thinking, well, that's what they do. But you don't know that's what they're doing. That's what you're seeing from just being a viewer. Trust me, invest to be into their world, whether it's mine or somebody else's. You will see what goes beyond that. I get so many people going saying, Tash, because I talk about being going on Instagram stories, right? And they're like, Tash, you always seem like you're on it, but I'm not. I position myself, it looks like I'm constantly in your world, which is exactly what I want. Also, they're like, your content is so good. Says who though, right? It's so good because it's speaking to you, my ideal client. That's because I know exactly you as my ideal client. I know how you're thinking, how you're feeling, where you want to get to, what you're struggling with right now, what your pain points are. And I've got the solution of how to change that. So guess what? I show up every freaking day, bringing that, showing that, showcasing myself as the expert, showcasing my clients' results, my results, right? I'm never going to freaking stop. You know, there isn't a thing that you can sell too much. Like, no other shops shut down their window and go, oh, made too much money this month, or things haven't been going so well this month, so I'm not going to sell anymore. Bullshit. I'm calling you out on your bullshit right now. Like, you should be selling every single day. And if you don't know how to sell, that's one problem. And if maybe it's a mindset thing, maybe you think I'm selling too much, I'm not selling enough. How can I show up? How can I change this? How can I sell what I'm selling, but in a very different way? This is what CEO content is going to teach you. It's going to teach you really how to dial in your messaging. And something which is what is my secret sauce, which I teach my one-on-one clients, is subconscious scripting. That is how you can turn a follower into an actual paying client. Because let's be fair, this program isn't to teach you how to go viral. This program isn't going to teach you how to blow up your TikTok and your Instagram, right? That is not what this program is about. Could that happen? Absolutely. But it's not about going viral, which is going to make you X amount of money. What's going to do that is by you nailing down your messaging. Like, do you really know how to write content? Or are you kind of just doing it with the fleet of your pants going, oh, let me shoot, I haven't posted. Let me quickly grab something. Let me just write something. And then you're like, wonder why that didn't get much engagement. I wonder why I didn't make a sale. And yet you would have spent so long creating this reel, or you would have spent so long actually writing down all the content ideas, or you would have spent so long, 2 hours trying to write the perfect post for not to get any sales. What's the point? What is the point? Like, stop wasting your precious time and come and enjoy CEO content. So that's that one. I'll send you all the links for these afterwards. Then the other one I've got is the Pocket Rocket Coach. Yes, this is your 24/7 coach. This was a download because I know the importance and how powerful it is when you are needing that pick me up, when you have a limiting belief, that pesky limiting belief that just won't go away. And maybe you're not working one-on-one with me or with a coach, and you want to have that, you want to have that access. I know how important it is because I have got DM above DM above DM of my clients going, oh my good, Voxer is like the best thing ever. Like, if this was just what I got in one-on-one, it would be worth the investment. Like, I know how important Voxer is because it's not just about the calls where you actually create the most amazing transformation. It's actually what happens in between those calls, and being able to tap into that motivation, be able to tap into that prep talk, tap into something that's actually put me into your ears, press play, and I guarantee that you would have shifted how you're thinking, how you're feeling by the end of that audio. So what I've done is packaged up some very powerful audios and put them into this Pocket Rocket Coach for you. Now, the first audio is going to drop on Friday, the 1st of December, which I think is potent time, getting you through like December, pumped up. Like, this isn't a time where you slow down your business. Do you understand that? Like, this isn't a time where you go, oh, people don't buy, it's going to be quiet. Bullshit. No, this is a time where you rev it up. Let's finish this year freaking strong, right? And yes, I've got tons of energy that I want to give to you. I want to give you this confidence. I want to give you this surety. I want to give you this, oh my freaking God, I can freaking do this. So literally plug me into your ears, press play. Like, this is an absolute no-brainer, hence why they're Black Friday deals. Like, this isn't something for you to go, let me know. This isn't something to think about. This is something that, where's the freaking link? Let's sign me up, you know, freaking go. And it will continue to go up. So the price goes up today. So by the time I finish this live, the price will go up again. So if you can grab the link, it's in my Instagram. It will be on my email, and if you are in the tribe, it's also there. But the majority of you will be on my email list. If not, if you send me a DM right now before I finish this live, you'll get it at this price point. Otherwise, it's going up. So there's my two things: CEO content, 4-week live program to really kind of nail in on your content so you can start actually converting your followers into paying clients and creating some moolah. Yes, let's scale this freaking business. Or you've got Pocket Rocket Coach, which is a powerful bundle of audios that you can put me in your ears and freaking feel unstoppable. Like, I'm talking Beyonce confidence level. Like, that is what I'm putting out there. Freaking good. Also, because I'm studied RRT, there's going to be some RRT in there as well, which will completely shift a limiting belief that you have got. Like, it is absolutely fire. Like, I don't even know why I've done it. It's cheap. But it's how I roll. So they're my 2 Black Friday offers. There's also going to be a little... maybe a little something to do with one-on-one, but that is coming. That will come in my email list. So make sure you're on that. If not, DM me and I'll get you on the email list. But that's the Black Friday deals. Also, don't forget episode... what episode are we on? Sorry, I'm in my diary. Hold on. Un momento. Right, let's go to... normally I write them here. Hold on. 16... 17. Episode 19 is out today, and episode 19 is a real juicy one. It's me sharing the tea on why I buy everything my coach puts out there. It's freaking great. Really, really good. Very, very juicy. And I think it will land with you, as in, I love giving the insights into why I make the decisions that I do, why I've got the success that I have, and how you can too. Like, this isn't about that person gets to do it and I don't. And I think this is really important. When you hire a high-level mentor, a coach mentor, right? When you're in that energy, what you will realize, and this is exactly how I brainwash my clients into believing it. So many of my clients say to me, Tash, you show me how success, the success that I desire. You show me that this is possible for me. And what I love the most, and the best compliment as ever, is, if you can do it, so can I. And this is how I feel about my own coach. Like, she's at a level where I want to scale my business in a way that in a way that I want to do it, right? And the most incredible thing is, the more time I spend with her and all my coaches and mentors, I'm like, wow, we're very similar. We're like, you're showing me that there isn't, sometimes we can get this thing in our head that successful, wealthy people act like this, are like this, like they're different to us. That was a limiting belief I had for so long. Like, they're successful because they're different to me. They're smarter than me. They dress different to me. They speak different to me. Like I would create all this bullshit in my head of the reason why these people are successful and I wasn't at that level. And it's bullshit. It's absolutely rubbish. And the more time you spend around really trustworthy, successful people, you will realize you are non-different. The difference is they've made decisions that are different to you. They're thinking in a very different way to you. They're not sitting in their pity party or in victim mode, which, you know, everybody does. But they don't stay there. They get themselves up. They invest into coaches and mentors that are going to push them. They're thinking very differently. Strategically, they're moving very differently. So, of course, they're getting different results. They're not sitting back going, shall I? No, when I decide, when I know I go, right? I heard that once from one of my mentors. When I go, I'm like, when I know I go, and I'm like, that's like me. When I make a decision, I go, right? Have I made shit decisions? Yes. Have I made expensive, costly decisions? Yeah, and I'm not just talking money. I'm talking time and energy. Of course, but they have all been things that I have learned from. So I now know, right, this is what I'm going with this. Every time I make big, bold, badass moves, my business thrives. There's a reason for that. That isn't a coincidence, okay? So I really feel like it's so powerful. Hence why everything my coach offers and, you know, the events that I go to, I make sure that I'm sitting in places and in the energy that is going to grow me. I don't want to be the biggest fish in a small pond. I don't want my dreams to be like, oh my God, her dreams are so big. I want my dreams to feel really big. And then when I hear somebody else say something, I'm like, wow, you're doing what? I want my coach to go double that goal. Why can't you why are you waiting until next year to do that? Why can't you do it this year? You want to do that? Why are you not doing this? I'm like, what? I want somebody to push me because guess what? When we stretch ourselves, when we get pushed, that's when we create the life that we desire, not by sitting in our comfort zone. How's that going to help? Okay. So you want to be making sure that you are getting yourself in that energy, getting yourself in that room, getting yourself physically in the room or virtually in that room or energetically in that room, like freaking move, right? So let's talk about how to create engaging content. As this is going to be potent in moving your business. Please do not think that to scale your business, it's just as easy as sitting back, meditating, it's all going to come to you. Likewise, it's also not just go and doing all the things that you think you should do. Like, for example, posting on all the different platforms. No, right? And something that I'm studying hugely right now is TikTok because I want to master that and then be able to teach my clients it. Like, I know a lot about it, but I'm talking mastery. Like, I want to master it. And this isn't about, I want my TikTok videos to pop off. Like, I want to be able to convert. I want to be able to understand the platform to its degree. Like, that's what I want to do, right? I know Instagram very, very well. I know how it works. I know the algorithm. I know all that. I want to master TikTok. Now, something that I used to do up to very recently was because I wasn't focusing on TikTok, I was literally just getting my team to repurpose things. So I'd post on Instagram, that's my vibe, that's where I live. And then I would get them to post that onto Facebook and post that over onto TikTok. But that doesn't work, okay? That for me was just something just to kind of get myself an on-big presence. Really, when you think about this on a CEO level, like this isn't about doing one thing and chucking it all out. It works for certain platforms. Let me give you an example. It works when you're using the same content on Instagram to Facebook, i.e. a reel, i.e. a single post. That works. A carousel that you use on Instagram does not work on Facebook. So stop posting the things that you put on Instagram over to Facebook. It doesn't work. Why? Think about the layout on Instagram. The layout on Instagram for a carousel, you swipe through. That's the whole point of it. The layout on Facebook, you get to see all the carousels in one. Overwhelming, not what it's about. Facebook is very much about a personal, long copy. It loves kind of personal pictures. And you can educate through that way. Instagram is very about the aesthetics. It's very about popping. It's about holding their attention. It's about a hook. TikTok, on the other hand, TikTok isn't about selling. It's about awareness. It's about growing a platform full of like diehard fans, like raving people that are like, oh my God, I love her TikToks, right? It's so much more easier as in the algorithm, once you can master the algorithm to grow with speed. And then what you want to do is you actually want to bring them over to somewhere else, like where they're going from your TikTok. And it isn't about selling. Okay. TikTok is really your platform to really kind of leverage your audience and your awareness. Then where they're going, are you bringing them over to Instagram so you can sell? Are they going to your email list so you can sell? Like, have you got a YouTube video. Now, you don't need to have them all, but you do need a funnel. So someone comes to follow you on Instagram, and then what? Where are they going? What are you selling? What is the actual customer's journey? Because it's one thing getting the people onto your Instagram or onto your TikTok. Then what? What's the plan of action then? Right? And this leads me into, this is why it's so important to understand and master the messaging. You don't want to be speaking to everybody. This isn't about blowing up on TikTok and having a million people's views if you're not making any money from it. If they're not your ideal clients, like, what is the point? Unless you just want a vanity TikTok to go to people, I've got 1 million followers. Great, but I'm broke ass. I'm broke ass broke. What's the point? Rather, you have a smaller audience that are engaged following, that love what you do. So guess what? When you sell, they buy. My coach, I have got currently 15,000 followers on Instagram, right? My coach has, I think, under 5,000. She makes triple what I do. I'm preaching here for the people that are at the back. It's not about the numbers. It's not about how many followers you've got. It's about the quality of people that are following you. Because guess what? You can be that inspirational, you can be the motivation, but if people are not buying, what's the point? You know, I had a client come to me when she first started working with me, and she's like, Tash, I'm putting offers out there that are absolutely no-brainers, and people are still not buying. Yeah, I've got, I think she had 2,500 followers at the time. And I'm like, they're not your people. They're not your people. And that's why they're not buying. It's not the price point. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, it's not any easier for me to sell the tribe at £33 than it is to sell a £5 package. It's who you're speaking to, what they value. Some people just don't value £33 to be in a membership. It's just the way some people are. Okay, then there's people that are coming to invest at 5K, they're in. There's some people that do value the 33 and like show up and get freaking amazing results. You've got to speak to your people. And she wasn't. So when we really kind of dialed in on her messaging, really looked at her ideal client of like, not who she is serving or should serve. Who does she freaking want to serve? Who does she want to serve where she gets out of bed and she's like, freaking hell yeah, these are my people. It took some time, it took some work. We also had to adjust a lot of our subconscious mind that the people out there, because she had so much evidence of people out there don't buy. Well, of course they don't, because they're not your people. It's like me selling the best freaking burger to a vegan. Like, this could be the best freaking burger in the world, but who I'm selling it to is vegan. So it's never going to work. So you really need to look at, right, do you want to sell the burger and your audience is wrong? Or do you want to sell the vegan burger, but you've been selling the burger because the burger feels really easy because it's something everybody wants, yet no one's buying. So now I'm going to go to the vegan burger. So if you sell the vegan burger to the vegan audience, guess what? You got a freaking business, and a very successful one is. Or do we need to swap it up and go, right, we need to change our audience for the burger, sell the freaking burger that I've got, and we sell burgers. Which one is it? Okay, because you can have the most amazing offer in the world. And so many of my clients do when they come to me, yeah, they haven't got the audience. So it doesn't match. Some people have got the audience, but they're selling the wrong thing. They're selling what they think they should. It doesn't feel aligned. The price point's not right. Like, there's so many different factors to this. Once you nail that, and this all comes down to your messaging, it's not the algorithm's fault. It's not your audience fault. It's in your control. You need to change your messaging. So if you're sitting there, let me give you an example. If you're sitting there and you're talking about the struggle, you're talking about the pain points, you're saying how hard it is, guess what? You're going to attract people in that are in the struggle, that are in the victim mode, that are finding it really hard. Guess what? Those people, trying to get them out of victim mode, hard, hustle, into I want to invest is a lot harder, because you're talking to that, you're attracting those people in. So it's like you being, let's say you're like, oh my goodness, let's say you're dating, you're like, all I seem to do is find guys that don't commit. They're just, but yet the messaging you're putting out there is boys that don't commit, boys that don't treat me right, men are all this, I can never find the right one. Guess what? You're going to attract that audience in. Whereas if you actually speak to who it is that you want to speak to, you know, for example, my other client, she's go-getting, she's ambitious, she has big freaking badass dreams. Right now, she's feeling a little bit stuck with what she's making. She's like stuck between the 2, the 3, the 4K cash months, but she wants 10K cash months. She's got dreams, goals, and aspirations. She just feels a little bit frustrated where she is, but she's a go-getter. She's somebody that goes, right, there's something that's not working here. I want a solution. Let me go and find a freaking solution. Let me hire help. I'm here to go, help me. I want to do this. My clients, when I give them the work to do, they go away, they do it. That's why they get the results. So in my messaging, I speak to that. I speak to the aspiring six-figure, multi-six-figure CEO. I'm speaking to her. I'm not speaking to this. There's someone that feels really stuck with where they are and they want to be stuck and they're in the pity part, in the victim mode. Guess what? That's where I was. But so long. Guess what? I didn't invest for so long. Guess what? It took me so long to have the success that I desired so badly. Why? Because I was so stuck in my victim mode that I wasn't willing to take solutions. I wasn't willing to take risks. I wasn't willing to invest. So it doesn't matter how much of the people that I was talking to, because they were talking so much in the pain point of where I was, it was keeping me where I was. Until then, the messaging switched up, and who I wanted to be actually spoke to the coaches then that were their messaging to me. They attracted me, who was like, boom. My coach says to me, you are my dreamiest ideal client. You go, you do the freaking work. But guess what? Her messaging speaks to me. She's not speaking to someone that's like, oh, no. She's speaking to someone that wants to get to 7 figures. She's speaking to that go-getting ambitious person that's like, you've got the most biggest, wildest freaking dreams that make people go, what the actual? And you go and freaking do the work. Your energy is, boom, I'm going. Yeah, I can sit into my feminine. I can sit into this doesn't feel good, my soul, right? I'm her dreamy ideal client. But guess what? Her messaging speaks to me. So this is why messaging is so freaking important. So don't think, oh, what? I'm going to join a program. I'm just going to learn this. No, right? And that is not the attitude to have. You've got to understand that social media is your way forward. Like, if you are not already at 6 figures, multi-6 figures, it's because of your social media. Okay. And I'm not going to talk about the subconscious mind in today's session, but that's always where I go to. That would be the first port of call that we work through, is the subconscious mind when I work with my one-on-one clients. Then it's that. This program is literally just going to be about your content, about mastering your ideal client, mastering your messaging, understanding. I'm going to teach you how to subconsciously script. It's going to change the freaking game for you, right? So what we want to think about, and something that I teach my clients, is this: a hook. A hook is that first bit of text when you see it, whether it's on a carousel, a post, or a reel. It's the hook. Even a live, it's the hook. It's what makes someone go, that's what you want to do. You want to turn heads. Think about this. When you're walking down a street, and let's say there's lots of people and everybody's wearing dark black colors, everyone's got their hoods down, everyone's body's language is forward. So guess what? If you're going to create, imagine this is a post, okay? The post is also this. You're in black, you're heading down, and you're just walking like this, and you're like, don't understand why I'm not standing out. Don't understand why no one's looking at my post. Because of your hook. This needs to be your hook, right? Right. And I'm saying this as in like a visual. This isn't what I mean about go and create a post that's bright colors, but I'm giving you the contrast to, if everyone's in dark, dull colors, guess what? In order for you to stand out, it needs to be bright. It needs to be, oh my goodness, she said what? Her energy is what? That music is what? Like, this is the hook. That's what's going to make people go scroll, because that's what we're conditioned to do on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, scroll. Oh, what? That's what you want to do. That comes with a hook. Like, just going to call it out here. The boring 5 steps to do this, 3 steps to change your mindset. Like, it's been done. It's been done. That's not your personality. Do I teach that way? Yes, but I teach it in a very different way. And if now that you know this, and my clients see it now when they watch my content, they're like, oh my God, I get it. I may be teaching 3 ways to change your mindset. Probably not that, but maybe in another way. But it's not in the way that everyone else is doing it. That is why it stands out. That's what makes people go, what? I need to watch this, what Tash is saying. The hook. Like, it can't be a boring Belinda. It needs to be a sexy Stephanie. That hook needs to be like, you what? That's what makes someone stop, right? So then you stop the scroll. You've made them go, what? Then what? Then it comes something boring and it makes someone go, oh, you had me at the hook, but I'm gone. What's the juice? Spill the tea. Why am I going to continue watching your reel, your live, sliding through your carousel, or read the caption? Why? The juice. And the majority of people's juice just isn't juice. It's like when someone goes, I've got gossip. And you go, go on then. And then they tell you something, you go, that is not gossip. Like, are you joking? That is not spilling the tea. That is boring as hell. And then they go, you want gossip. Like, you want to be like, oh. And how we do this, and this is what I teach my clients, and it's going to be what I teach you in CEO content. Like, actually, just want to say this. I have never taught what I'm teaching you in CEO content, because I only teach it to my one-on-one clients. And my packages start at 5K. Well, actually, my 1.5 month doesn't. But anyway, that's besides the point. So you want to be doing subconscious scripting, which is what I'm going to be teaching you CEO. The juice is so important of how you actually go from a hook to actually a call to action. You see so many people just go straight into a call to action. Like, it's kind of like you haven't earned to get to the call to action yet. Okay, you want to start with the hook, then you want to go into the juice. What is your juice? How can you put your stamp on it? How can your personality come through? How can you showcase that you are the expert that I need to be listening to, whatever it is that you're in the expert? Why should I learn Spanish from you? Why should you be the sleep coach that teaches me about my son, Santiago? Why should you be the coach that helps me to get 7 figures? Why should you be the fill in the blank that's going to teach me or help me to get to fill in the blank? My desire, my outcome, the result, the transformation. Why would I come and work with you? I don't see it enough. I'm not seeing your personalities. I'm not seeing you being original. I'm seeing you just doing the basic same stuff that everybody's doing. Well, guess what? If everyone's still doing it and they're doing it maybe more consistently than you, maybe they've got a little bit more flavor, maybe they're owning it unapologetically, their stuff, well, guess what? They're going to get me. And the most frustrating thing as a coach is some of those people that are creating more successes in their business don't care half as much as you do. They're not as good or freaking love what they do as much as you do. Yet you're sitting willing to go, yeah, not going to post today. Don't really know what to post. I posted that and that didn't. No. Okay, we're done with the excuses. We're going to look at actually, maybe there's some subconscious work there. Maybe there's not. And maybe you just need to learn the goddamn strategy of actually how to nail social media, right? So we got the hook, we got the juice, then the call to action. If you want some good call to actions, go to last week's episode, which off the top of my head, I feel like it's episode 17, where I talk about how to make call to actions sexy, right? Link in bio, yawn, right? You've got to think about, you want to try and make your customer's journey as quick as possible. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. You know, if I'm going to your Insta bio and then there's so many choices on your link tree, I'm like, oh my goodness. There's strategic moves that you can do to stop that from happening. But anyway, I'll teach you all of that. But what I want to focus on is how to make your call to actions more sexy. And please don't think I mean with a call to action, it's always got to be buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. You know, you want to do the follow, the save, you want to forward this on, you want to, you know, encourage them to like and to comment. It's not always about the sale, which is another thing that people get so wrong. But how can you step out more? And what I've found so much with a call to action is it just becomes about the sale. It just becomes like for more. Yeah, that's not that sexy. It's not that intriguing. It doesn't make me go, oh, I want to do that. Think about, again, always be focusing on not you, your client's transformation. How can you entice them to drop into your DMs? Make it so freaking crystal clear. You know, and now you know this, go back onto my Instagram or my TikTok and you'll see, more so my Instagram, go onto my Instagram and you'll see my call to actions of how different they may be to what you are. And this is what I say the importance thing is, you can go on my Instagram and look at what I do, but unless you understand why I'm doing it, unless you understand, and when you know, when I teach you in CEO content, exactly the step-by-step strategy of what I do and why I do it, you're going to be like, I wish I knew this ages ago. Yeah, I know. And you'll be like, I'm making so much more sales now. Yeah, I know. I'm converting so many more followers into paying clients. I know, right? Because it's all about this strategy. So your main goal is to create curiosity. You want to intrigue your audience. How do you do this? So number 1, your hooks. Number 2, unique content form. What makes yours unique? You know, are you someone that always does reels in a certain way? There's someone that I follow that always does like a question box on all their like reels, for example, right? Are you someone that uses a certain filter? Like, think about what you're doing and strategically do it, right? There's everything I do has got an intention behind it. There's a reason why I do what I do. I don't just, what should I post today? And let me just plant it up, or let me just take a photo of a tree and put it up. No, there's an intention behind it. Number 3, storytelling. It's so important that you actually share a story. You actually tell a story. You've got to think about you're a personal brand. People buying the person behind the brand to show it. Number 4, relatability. How can you relate to your audience? How can you show that they are just like you are just like them? How can you show that you understand where they are right now? And also then position yourself as, this is the outcome, this is the transformation, this is my life. How can you do that in a relatable way? And then number 5, your personality. And this is so sad what I see, that so many people, they lose their personality. One of my clients done something the other day, and she said she would have normally deleted, but she kept up the mistake that she said, like she got her words wrong, and she kept up. I'm like, yes, this is personality. Like, this is the client that I laugh at. This is the client that when we're on our calls, I'm like, that's brilliant, see that. Yet when I was going onto Instagram, I wasn't seeing that. And it's like we get, and subconsciously we protect ourselves because being visible can be scary. We need to shift that up, right? We want to change. We want to share our personality. What you don't want to do is you're not getting clients because you're not showing your personality. You're not storytelling. You're not creating a hook that makes them go, oh, I want to do this. Yet they're losing out on the amazingness of working with you. So how you are in person should be how you're showing up on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. It shouldn't be two separate people. Like, I've got to be professional. I've got to say it this way. No. People want to buy this, your energy, your personality. If you mess up, you mess up. If, Penelope starts barking now, like, this is just me. And that is what you want to try and portray across, okay? So you really want to be thinking about how you can create more sexy hooks that are actually going to engage your audience, right? And don't be scared to be polarizing. Don't be scared to say your opinion. And I'm not saying like politics is just not relatable, like it's just not it's not necessary in regards to what your business is. Like, just keep those types of things separate. Like, does your audience need to know that? Is it important to what it is that you do, right? When I say about polarizing, I mean, like, what's your opinion on something? What's your feeling on something that you would love to talk about it? For example, I definitely got a lot of hate's probably the wrong word, but a lot of controversy that came up when I start talking about it's not the strategy that gets you the success. People are like, yeah, you've got to hustle, you've got to do this. And I'm like, where does that get you? Burnt out, exhausted. Yeah, you might make some money, but you don't have the time to actually spend it. So wouldn't you rather create a business that's profitable as well as pleasurable, right? And there's a strategy to that. Of course there is. It's very important. But what's more important is your belief system. So of course, I'm going to talk about things that are going to ruffle some feathers. I'm going to talk about things that are not important to do. I'm going to talk about how the subconscious mind is 90% of why you are successful. I'm going to talk about money, even though it might trigger some people, right? Because that to me is about creating content that will ruffle some feathers. And that's okay, because anybody that thinks I sell too much, or anybody that thinks a certain way about me, they're not my people anyway. And they're never going to buy from me anyway. So what's the point? And also, if you're going to say someone sells too much, then why are you not ringing Harrods, having a go at them? Why are you not ringing up ASOS and going, sorry, you're in, like, Pretty Little Thing? Just a moment, right? If you think you sell too much, Pretty Little Thing sends me 4 emails a day. 4 emails every single day on a minimum. Never mind Black Friday when they have like quadrupled the amount of emails they've sent me. 4 emails a day selling me clothes, the same clothes, and you think you sell too much. Just have a wee chat with yourself there. If you think you sell too much, like, get into the inbox of Pretty Little Thing, and you'll soon, like, get real with yourself, okay? You are a business. You are meant to sell. And if you've got things about that, let's work on your subconscious mind, because this isn't a strategy thing. This is you don't believe in the transformation. You don't believe you're good enough. You don't believe you're deserving of the money. You don't believe someone will pay you for that. Like, blah, 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 blah. There's so many reasons and excuses of why you think you sell too much. I'm going to call you out bullshit on that. Let's work on that, right? So it's so important that you actually put the focus you do on your clients, because I know you show up for your clients. I know you give them the most incredible results, but I'm not seeing it on social media. I'm not seeing you as the expert. I'm not seeing you really show up and own your power of who you are. I'm not seeing your personality, your energy, your love, your value, your expertise, how you can educate me that makes me go, oh, wow. I'm not seeing that on your social media. So of course you're not going to get sales from that. Your messaging isn't speaking to me, which is then leading me to a sale. I don't feel urged to then take that next step with you. And listen, from being in this business 6 years, I have had people that follow me for a year and then take the first step into the tribe. I have also had people that followed me literally for 5 seconds and they're in my DMs wanting to know about my one-on-one programs, right? And have signed up. So I've also been that person that I have gone on someone's Instagram, literally felt like they were inside of my head, sent them a DM, invested £15,000 through a DM. Your messaging is so, so important. Your social media is so, so important. Do not think, oh, well, I'm not a content creator. Well, learn how to do it. You know, that's just a bullshit story that you're telling yourself, I don't have the time to create. Well, you don't have the time to make money. You don't have the time to sign clients. You don't have the time to use a free platform to get your audience into your world. Then you don't have time to have a business. So your social media, what you are posting on social media, your content should be one of the most important pillars of your business. You should be coaching your clients, serving your clients, delivering to your clients first and foremost. Even before that, working on yourself, working on your development with a coach, in a program, working on your mindset stuff, serving your clients, content your content is definitely the third pillar. And then, of course, it's like the CEO stuff, like working on the growth of your business, working on the financials of it, knowing your financials, like all of those types of things. But if your content isn't one of the main pillars that you are working every single week on your business, then it needs to be. You need to have a CEO day. You need to have a content day where you're sitting down, you're actually, mine's this afternoon. I'm going to get myself into all different outfits and I'm going to create a batch load of content for my TikTok and for my Instagram. Why? Because I know how important it is for my growth of my business. I know how important it is for me to get my message out there. And I know how I can change people's lives. They need to know about it. So I want you to get that dedicated in content when it comes to your own business, right? The podcast, the TED Talk is over. I am so glad that you have loved this session because I freaking thrived off it, right? So you know what you've got to do. Enough of the excuses, enough of the I don't know. Send me a DM if you want to come and join CEO content. Send me a DM with the word pocket if you want the Pocket Rocket Coach audio. That freaking take action. Why? Because you are a badass. I will see you the same place, same time next week. Mwah! Go and be a freaking badass.